Okay, hi everybody, it is me. It is Umbra here to do a bit of a video update, and but if I seem a little off, it turns out it's not just this anymore. I'm also sick too. That's right. They say bad things come in 3, and I think I'm at 6 things this week, not counting potential feature stuff. Or another set of 3. Maybe it's 3 sets of 3 bad things. Anyway, got sick right before the dental appointment, and I am even right now still feeling kind of under the weather. And as such, that's why this video is going up a little bit late with this news that there's a live stream tomorrow, in fact. For JP, and the JP live stream, 8 p.m. Basically, you know, the same thing that we always kind of see with these. And this is another 3.5 anniversary live stream, but there's no mystery this time as to what it is. It's straight, flat out the fact that it's just Bridal. Yeah, there's talks in here of a new corner or a new segment to the show, and I'm just here to tell you right now that I'll be skipping this one. Normally I wouldn't, but unless I get this thing sorted out and I'm feeling like 100% better tomorrow, which is very unlikely, you'll probably just see a summary video from me on this, because this is likely going to be another hour and a half for what is effectively only Bridal Alaya at this point, because we've already gone over everything. The 3.5 anniversary is well underway and even getting more towards its end at this point. And yeah, other than Bridal Alaya, I don't think there's going to be too much. So I recommend most people just kind of skip this and check out. I'll make a news video very shortly after it's finished and just do a summary. Probably won't even need to wait for the live stream to be finished, but hey, I'll talk about some other stuff real quickly. The user agreement has been updated on JP. Now, interestingly, the things that are said here is that it's a response to the enforcement of the revised Consumer Contract Act and the revised Telecommunications Business Act, as well as corrections and clarifications of difficult to understand expressions. So translation to me basically states they probably made it more confusing and more long because there's something new. Let me just see here really quickly. I didn't do anything. I'm just gonna pull it up very quickly. Revised Consumer Contract Act. See if I can pull up. I don't know if this happened on global as well. I didn't see anything earlier about it. Let me just see. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of legal stuff here, so maybe someday I should read more into it, but basically some laws have been updated, so they need to update their user agreement, and I'm sure it'll go well for the consumer. Anyway, interestingly enough, also on JP, there's going to be a little bit of a guild update to some stuff starting in June. Basically, the number of individual guilds battle participants has been decreased, as you can see, across the entire board. If you look down here, personal star acquisition number has been decreased as well. And number of guild victories has also been decreased. And I think this, again, probably just general quality of life stuff, making it a little bit easier to play. But I don't know. Guild numbers have kind of stayed a little bit lower on JP. I feel like they're having a harder time filling all the guilds that actually exist out there. There's probably some kind of incentive to push people to, you know, staying with guilds, even though most are tired. So, yeah, big news. Of course, that live stream tomorrow, and look forward to the summary, provided that I am in just better shape. Of course there'll be a summary video, but beyond that, I don't know. Probably won't be streaming it, so don't. And I think that this is the one to miss because short of Bridal Alaya, there's almost not much else to reveal at this point because, yeah, we've already done most of that. All right, so tapping out of that for a second and switching really quickly over to live stream stuff. The PlayStation Showcase happened, and boy, oh boy, I actually... If you go out there and read some of the comments, some people say, hey, it was worse than Redfall. It was worse than the new Gollum game that came out, which is bullshit. And people who were like, it was S tier and perfect is bullshit. It was a lot of CG stuff. It was a lot of, like, there were a good number of announcements. A surprisingly few number of first-party PlayStation announcements, which is kind of weird. And everybody out there has been speculating about why would Sony not show it? Because there's so many reports that say that a lot of stuff behind the scenes is actually ready to be shown. And the only thing I can think of, I'm going to throw my 2 cents in here, is that it's mostly probably to do with the Activision Blizzard merger deal, as well as, you know, them having a major showcase. And Nintendo's still having their showcase. I mean, they're probably holding some stuff back, but at this point it feels like they're holding way too much back and just being a little too pussyfooted about it and just not being really great leaders in the industry. And yeah, this generation of consoles kind of mediocre. Thankfully, there's some great games. There have been some great games out there that I've enjoyed. But anyway, the reason also that I'm just bringing this up is I talked about this beforehand, so follow up about the whole... And let's just stop the music for a second because the big thing was like talking about like Square Enix, just because that's my audience sort of thing, and hoping that we were going to see the Tactics remaster and the Final Fantasy IX remake, and both of those things did not show up. As a matter of fact, this was basically the worst outcome that I think I hypothesized. That we were just going to get a Final Fantasy 16 trailer, which at this point 16 really doesn't need it. I know that it was the launch trailer, but we're still like a month away for the launch trailer to be coming out, so I don't know. It feels like at this point 16 is going to leak, and most of us are just going to have to vacate the internet for a while because of spoilers and whatnot. And if you do spoil anything, I mean, I'll hunt you down and make you play WOTV for the rest of your life and no other video games. And ooh, that's a punishment worse than death, so don't do that. But anyway, actually, it was worse than I kind of thought, and I'm going to talk about this because it's weird. I think that the PlayStation Showcase was actually really funny because it essentially shows modern Square Enix in a nutshell, of it being both able to produce absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, wonderful things that are absolutely incredible, and it shows that they can be an industry leader, and that they're absolutely like awesome sometimes. And then you got this, and boy oh boy, do I hate everything that is in this. First off, this is almost certainly a live service game. Like, we've known that Square Enix has been working on a lot of live services. I hate that this, like, even like for an instant you might get the wrong idea that this would be something that we wanted, and this is the most like crappy thing always of emulating other people's success. This is basically, it's Fortnite and Splatoon, and it's not even trying to hide what it is. Instead of paint, it's foam, because that's so creative. And like, this to me stinks of live stream or NFTs. It just, everything about it looks so bad. There's its characters feel like just Fortnite ripoffs, and like there's not an original bone in this thing's body. And I mean, I guess at least they show some gameplay, which is, yes, nice, because we can see that it's running. But this is just so awful. And this shows just how bad Square Enix is of like, oh my god, like 16, this, you look at the 16 trailer and then you look at this and oh my goodness, is it like the abilities are like almost straight ripped out of Splatoon a lot, like, and oh, like that one right there, it's just, oh, it's so awful. This is so awful, and it tries to be cutesy and I mean, guess and wait and see how people react to this, but um oh, let's I want to read the comments, but probably shouldn't. Yeah, this is bad. I hated this. This, in my opinion, was the worst of all outcomes for Square Enix because, like, they're just not showing anything for seven remake series. They're not showing Tactics Remaster, which is basically confirmed at this point. But yeah, I guess it does need to be announced anyway. Let me know, is Foamstars just the greatest thing since WOTV? Is it, like, to me, it's just so hollow. It's so blatantly obvious. It so doesn't need to exist because, like, if you already have Fortnite and you already have Splatoon, you're probably just going to play those games anyway. And because Splatoon is already arguably cutesy enough and is way more original than this thing, even like just in terms of like art design and everything. This is just nothing. It's so nothing. It's so bland for being so bright and colorful. Yes, it's colorful. That's the good thing I can say about it. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know, it just felt like, let's get this video up to 10 minutes. Let's complain about this piece of crap. Maybe in the next video we'll complain about Gollum or something. I don't know. Ranting God, Foamstars looks like shit. I didn't even really look. Let's see. This is the second time in the same video. The new live service with the trailer for Foamstars, released by Square Enix. I think this is an AI article because it's talking about stuff that's not in there. Yeah. Oof. I guess media people got to sell this crap, right? Anyway, not me though. Looks like garbage. Hope it probably going to fail with under a year. If anyone wants to hit me up and take some guesses on how long this thing will last, let's do it. Thanks for watching. Take care, and look forward to doing the recap tomorrow in a much shorter version than watching an hour and a half live stream. See ya.